The sound of cautious footsteps echoed through the dark tomb. The walls were covered with hieroglyphs, telling stories of a long-forgotten past. The torches cast weak, flickering light over the ancient carvings. Suddenly, one of the archaeologists pointed at a strange symbol on the wall and murmured, "This symbol, it's strange. It hasn't been mentioned in any ancient texts." A moment later, the symbol began to glow. An eerie blue light emerged from the engraved lines. The ground trembled beneath their feet. Shadows on the walls seemed to move on their own. Then a deep voice echoed from the darkness. "This is not just a tomb, it is a warning." The glow faded instantly, plunging the tomb into darkness. But when the archaeologists opened their eyes again, they were no longer in the present. They found themselves inside a grand hall of polished stone, where torches burned with an unnatural glow. Ancient Egypt, the royal palace. Pharaoh Neferkara stood tall, draped in a golden robe, his crown adorned with dazzling gems. Before him, the high priests knelt, their faces filled with terror. On a cursed night, Neferkara and his loyal guards arrived at the Forbidden Gate. It stood colossal and ancient, carved into the very rock of the earth. On its surface was the same symbol the archaeologists would discover thousands of years later. The pharaoh reached out and touched the symbol. The ground rumbled. The walls quaked. A deep blue light burst from the cracks of the gate. A voice, louder than a storm, declared, "You have ignored the warning." The gate swung open. Darkness poured out. The pharaoh and his men screamed, but their voices were swallowed by the abyss. The archaeologists snapped back to reality, gasping. But something had changed. The tomb around them was no longer an abandoned ruin. The walls pulsed with energy, and the air grew heavy. In front of them, the ancient stone gate creaked as it slowly opened. From the dust and shadows, a towering figure stepped forward. With each step, the ground trembled. One of the archaeologists whispered in horror, "No, this can't be happening." The air was thick with an ancient presence. The figure moved closer, and its form became clear. Golden robes, a crown encrusted with sacred stones, and eyes glowing with an unnatural blue light. It was Neferkara, but he was no longer human. His deep, thunderous voice echoed through the chamber. "My time has come again." The tomb shook violently. Stones crumbled from the ceiling. The archaeologists ran, desperate to escape, but the gate behind them slammed shut. The last thing seen were the pharaoh's glowing eyes watching them,